Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and this channel we will show you how you can grow your brands with search traffic, search engine optimization. Now in this video, I'll be walking through with you an audit that we'll be doing for one of business, and basically this is the first, sort of the first phase of what we do for all our clients, our potential clients at least. So I will be walking through with you the process of how you can identify what's wrong with the website in terms of the SEO perspective, and how we can actually detect all these factors when it comes to a lot of part comes to the technical part of the website, and then we'll move on to on page and off page. So yeah, so let's just pull out the website that we need to get an audit for. And I don't know whether you guys like this kind of video, so if you like it, please let me know. Yeah, so let's see, let's pull up the website. So this is the website that I'll be doing. Okay, so first off, let's just take a look. And I'm gonna be pulling up my template. So I do have a template that every single time when I do an audit, I will use this template, just because it keeps everything systemized and ready to go whenever I need it. So just copy this, and then as you can see, we have a bunch of phases over here. And if you have seen this before, this is very much inspired from Ryan Stewart's blueprint training, and highly recommend it if you are either looking to start to learn SEO or you're running an SEO agency. So let's go traffic. This is it. So let's make a copy. And let's shift this out. And let's open it. Okay, so first of all, let's just rename this. This is our phase 2. Okay, and then let's just put in the name of the site, just to make everything seems a bit more professional. Okay, so now we can go ahead and close this. Okay, so what I like to do is, so I've already gotten my templates here. Can I do without? Let's see, can I minimize the zoom? Because this bar over here is taking up a bit of space, which it's kind of irritating. Hide video panel. Does he hide my face? Oh, hide floating. Okay, nice. So what we'll do, right, it's so usually we will pull the website from Screaming Frog, okay, and then we'll use the data from Screaming Frog and we'll insert it into our template. So that's usually how it's done. So we're just gonna rename this, export, and then the Ahrefs organic keywords will be on our next phases, where we work on the on page. But for our phase 2, we just focus on the technical part of the website first, at least most of it. So I just want to include a few quick notes here. So basically, let me just set this to the brand's font, make everything looks nice. And yeah, so let's just poke this, maybe give it a different color. Okay, so what we like to do, right, it's first of all, we like to just take an overall look at how the website is. So the logo is here, which has a little bit of 3D effect, so not too bad. And then we can take a look at, creating legacies together, although I have no idea what this means. They have a privacy policy. So we always want to give good stuff first. So first of all, there's a call to action on first full, which is awesome. And then when you take a look about us, okay, so they have about us, maintain their presence and authority through a O2O marketing strategy. The birds are going crazy right now, so Okay, I don't really know right off the bat what they do. Creating legacies together. So I'm just gonna give a brief example of copy can be better. Okay, and I will not go in too much because the truth is, for people that are, well, usually when we do this kind of audits, right, a lot of them want them for free, and which we are doing for free. But a lot of the values that we are actually giving out, it's very, very, it can make a huge improvement in terms of traffic. But because we are doing this for free at the moment, some people that sign up for the audit don't see the value in it. So we don't want to spend way too much time when it is not being appreciated. Not say not appreciated, because we believe all the business owners appreciate it. It's just they don't understand how valuable the audit that we are doing is for their website. So I don't want to dive in too deep and spend too much time doing a lot of detailed stuff. So even because I just know that even if I do it, they will not understand it. They will not understand the value behind it. So very nice about page. So I'm just gonna list down about page. It's superb. Okay. And again, before you recommend somebody to do something, you always want to tell them what's working, right? Minimizing market cost, maximizing impact. So that's a good headline. Deliver profits, okay. Schedule an appointment. So this is directing to the Facebook. Okay, and then we have the team. Okay. We are expanding, all right. Awesome. So it seems like they are kind of marketing. Okay, let's just check out their services. Okay, brand consultancy, IoT, advertising, premier press release. And yeah, combining. Okay, something is wrong with their site. Why is it? I can't highlight. Okay, that's weird. Your goals are priority. So IoT. Now, I don't like the highlights. Okay, the reason why is because this is for UX. Okay, every single time when you see, based on your own experience, right? When you look at a text and you see something that is highlighted, that means it's outstandingly highlighted. You would think that it's a link. So you would expect that there's a link. So when you click on it and it's not a link, it kind of, disappoint the person that is landing on your site. So now let's go to partners. Okay, the digital agency. So let's create legacies together. I honestly still, maybe because I'm not in their market, but it seems like it's kind of, I don't understand like what they do entirely still. And it seems like they have a blog. So let's check out their blog. Strengthening online presence. So they are writing blog. Okay, so writing blog post, which is awesome. But it seems like they are not really going after, they could be making better use of their blog post. Maximize traffic. Okay, and again, this phase, right, what we want to do is we just want to take a overall look on how the website is before we go and, you know what, actually I should bring up and run their website as we are speaking first, because I don't know how much time it will take. The previous audit that we did, it was a small website, but because the website has so much technical issues, they were literally getting over 2,000 to 3,000 useless pages. And I've done an audit for that site. It's on the channel, so just go check that out, and you can pick up some things that you shouldn't be doing for your website. So that was an interesting one. So let's just plug in their URL here and just let it run. Okay, so now let's take a look. O2O Essential Marketing. So they only have 2 blog posts at the moment. Yeah. O2O. online to offline. Okay, so this is a new term. So I've learned something new. And I believe that they coded this themselves. They use Bootstrap. Okay, which is interesting because I would think this is a WordPress site. So apparently it's not. So somebody coded this, which is, okay. So there's an error there. So let's just list it down. Error on, whoops. So again, what we are doing is we're just kind of taking an overall look to see the UX, to see a bit of the design, some basic structure of how this is. Edit chat. The chatbot looks weird. Chat box. Error. Okay, and we want to just pick, okay, let me get my face out of the way. We want to just pick a, okay, so they have a very small website, which is awesome. So once we have done with this, now the second step of what we'll do is we will go and plug all this in. We'll export the HTML versions. Okay, they have very little, which is good because this means that there's a lot of fluff pages. There's a lot of fluff pages that the website is not having. So this means Google is not seeing them. So it's very, very much, well, I would say optimized in a way because we don't have to go in and de-index a bunch of stuff, right? We just need to work on the stuff that is already on the page and what Google is already indexing. So at least there's that, but there's a few things that I see that they don't have a privacy policy page. So what we do is just copy this, okay? Use Screaming Frog, and again, Screaming Frog. You can go to screamingfrog.com, okay? And then you can just download this. If your website has less than 500 URLs, okay? You can use this for free. Okay, anything more, you will need to get the license. Okay, but get this. This is one of the must-have tools if you're doing your audits or USO, SEO. What the hell is USO? Okay, anyway. So once we have gotten this, so now our audit, right? Okay, let me move my face away. Okay, so our audit, it's laid out in a way that we want to, we sort of scan the top-down approach. So you want to look at the URL and then the page depth and then the status code and then no index. Then we look at the page titles, the title length, the meta description. So it's kind of going from a top-down systemized approach. So, but the layout for Screaming Frog is not that way. So we need to rearrange this. And so let's do that. So first of all, we have the URL. And we have the URL over here. And then next up, we have page depth, status code, index, no index. So page depth. Okay, and we just want to drag it all the way here. And then we have status code, index, no index. Okay, next up, we have, so the current title length. So I already memorized this, but what essentially is page title, the title length, and then meta description length, then H1 and H1 length. Wait, is that right? I think so. So title length, meta description length. And it seems like they have meta keywords, which is one thing that we do not want because meta keywords are not useful. And essentially what you're doing is you're trying to tell all your competitors you're trying to rank for this keyword. So not a good practice right now because Google is not taking any of that. They are not using it as a ranking signal anymore. So what we have, we have H1 length, and then we have word count, canonical. So let's go and find word count. Word count, word count, word count, word count, word count. That will be after H1 length. Yep, so wait, no, it's not this one. H1 length, yeah, here it is. Word count and canonical element. Okay, so they don't have self-canonical, right? Which is okay, but usually one of the good practice to have is you want to have a canonical targeting its own page, right? So essentially you're giving Google another, you're telling Google that this page is really about this page. So it's kind of like reinforcing Google and giving Google a better direction of how to understand your site. But it's not a must, but it's a good practice to have in most cases. And then we have in links and out links. So let's go grab that. We have out links and we have in links. So essentially this means that how many internal links they are pointing to that particular page from the rest of your pages, and out links is from that page how many links are going out. Okay, so this is a good gauge to have, because when we look at in links and out links, we can kind of see whether the pages that we want to focus on, whether do they have enough out links or in links. So there's that. So that's done. So what we do now is we will grab this all the way to in links and out links. So we just copy and we just paste it over. And then because of the conditional formatting that we did, so anything that is between, for titles, anything that is between 30 to 60 characters is going to show us a good to go. But anything lower than that is going to show us a red. Okay, or anything over that. And same for meta description, it has to be within 155 characters. And for title length, it just shows us whether it's missing or not. And also for the word count, so we want to just make a conditional formatting here and not a color scale. So let me move my face out of the way. So it's less than 500. We want to show a red. Okay, and the reason why is because every single time when your page is less than 500 word counts, that is going to receive a small panda penalty for thin content. Okay, so you want to have your pages, at least the one that is getting indexed, you want it to be more than 500 words, at least, minimum. Let me shift my face back here. And okay, so what I like to do, it's now my screen is kind of lagging, and the reason why is because it's too many tabs ongoing which I'm not using, too many columns that I'm not using. So while waiting for this to load, yeah, so let me know in the comments down below which part of the audit that I'm doing you're not sure of, and why am I doing certain things. Along the way, I'll try my best to explain every single audit that I do and every single element of why I do it, why I choose not to do it, and what is, in my opinion, the best way to do it. And let me know if you like this kind of videos. I want to teach you guys SEO as much as possible. So yeah. So I'm going to delete the rest of the pages that is not used here because it's loading too long. I probably should do it on my on my master file. So let's just delete. And then now the page loads a lot more faster. So I like to just make sure everything is the right format. Okay, and then we are good to go. Now what we do next is we just take a look at some of the status codes. So all these status codes are good to go. A lot of times you will see 301s, you will see 404s, and that's what you want to solve first. You want to solve the pages that is having that is not live, right? So all the 404s, 410s, 301s, 302s, you want to look at that first. So you want to basically take all of your page, your URL, and you want to segregate and segment it into different things for you to solve first. Because if not, you're just going to be running all over all over the place. So once that is done, we'll look at whether is it indexable. So in this case, it's indexable. So this website is very, you know, it only has like what, 10 pages. So now let's take a look at so a lot of stuff will be on-page stuff. Okay. Update on page. So a lot of stuff will be on-page stuff. And simply because they don't have a lot of technical stuff going on. Okay, because their website doesn't have a terms and condition page. And what is this? This is weird. Okay, top right icon. And what I like to do is, even though, you know, things like that, I know that it's not that too much of a deal, but I always treat the website as though it's my own website, and how would I go about it. So that's one. And then let's just take a look at the contact page. Okay, they have their emails here, tell me more. So they're directing over, which is, I'm not too sure whether can they do conversion tracking over here. Conversions tracking. Okay, because if they are directing over here, they need to have some sort of conversions to track conversions. And I'm not sure whether are they tracking conversions. Yep. Okay. And then let's continue from that. So basically this audit is almost is done. Because what's happening during this phase is we kind of just want to identify all the pages that has different status code, whether is it indexable. But I think they don't have, because this is a really short website. And yeah, so what we already noticed is technical aspect not that much, although I'm kind of concerned why they don't have a privacy policy page and, you know, or a terms and condition page. Okay, they don't have it. So I'm not so sure why they don't have it, but it's always a good practice to have it to cover your ass, you know. And then next thing I can see, it's the current titles and their meta description. Okay, so because this audit is taking so fast, I'm gonna do a few extra steps to check on their on page. So page titles, basically it's branding. So usually for home pages, you can either target a very broad keyword, but most of the time I recommend you to either target your to either do two types, which is number one, a broad keyword, or secondly, your brand. Okay, and you just want to mainly focus your homepage on brand. But if you want your homepage to be targeting some kind of services, or like, for example, digital marketing agency, or, you know, dental clinic in location, for example. If not, then you can use it to target to make everything relevant about your brand. So in this case, it's more about their brand. Okay, and then your about page can also be used to target your brand. But if you are using your homepage to target your brand and you're using your about page to target your brand, then I mean, you can do that, but what I recommend is you want to make sure each individual pages is not cannibalizing each other. So when it comes to brand, it's not that too much of a concern, because the number of people, especially for a new brand like this, the number of people searching for your brand is almost close to zero, right? The people that are searching for your brand is you, yourself, your team. So until your brand has, like, you know, close to 500 or maybe 1,000 searches per month, then you want to maybe think about, you know, targeting different keywords like Grand Connections services, or grand connections career, if you have a career page, for example, right? But usually for small brands like this, I'm not too worried about this. You don't have to do any canonical. And canonical means you're telling Google that you have two pages, you have two similar pages, and you want Google to focus on just this page, page A, for example. So you have A and B, but you just want Google to focus on page A, right? So ignore page B. Page B is just really talking about page A. So Google just focus on page A. So that's what you're telling Google. But in this case, I don't think it's too much of an issue here. Yeah, and so what I like to do, okay, I like to just take a look at their services and see. Okay, it doesn't seem like they are targeting any sort of services. So I'm not sure about their play, because some company, well, every website needs traffic. That's for sure, 100%, right? If you want leads coming from your site, your website will definitely 100% need traffic. But I'm not sure whether is this company focusing on paid traffic, or are they going to focus on organic traffic? Okay, because it seems like they are not going to be focusing on organic traffic. And the reason why is because this is not optimized, right? They have their page title, okay, which is essentially, I think it's the same. So that is what we do not want. Okay, their meta description, a lot of duplicate content. Their page title, also a lot of duplicate content. So that's what we do not want. And IoT advertising. Okay, so what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to just look for one of their potential competitors. Okay. Singapore. And if you don't know this trick, right, so if you want to have your searches relevant to the country that you're in, you can just go to the settings over here. So basically, go to the settings over here, click on settings, search settings, and you can change your region settings, right? So this gives you more relevancy in towards the SERPs, the results that you'll get back. So in this case, this is a Singapore website. So I'm just gonna tweak it to Singapore, and then I will just do a IoT advertising to see what companies are offering IoT advertising. And this would be like their competitors, right? So I'm not sure whether this is a competitor, but this seems like just a company. Yeah, so this is more like a informational site. I want to look for a company that offers IoT advertising. Just go for services. So this is one, IBM, okay. And what I like to do is just kind of benchmark against some of the competitors that they have, and kind of show the client, kind of show the website owner what I'm talking about. Because when I talk about something more technical to them, and if they don't get it, it's going to be hard for them to understand it. So I always want to bring up a competitor to show them, hey, this is what I'm talking about, and this is what is being done. It's just that it's not on your side, it's on your competitor's side. Yeah, so I'm going to use this as a example. Okay, again, I'm not sure about their market, and so I'm going to put competitors. Okay, their page title, it's wow, it's weird. Yeah, this is their page title. Okay, transfer data silos. Okay, and what I like to do is I like to just throw these into Ahrefs to kind of see the data, whether are they getting any traffic, what keywords they are ranking for, and stuff like that. And they're ranking for a bunch of keywords, but the traffic, it's not that much, although it's very quality traffic. So I'm gonna plug in Diaz. Okay, and what I like to do is I like to screenshot this part. Okay, and I like to just paste it in here to show them what I'm talking about and kind of pitch them against their competitors so that they have a clearer view. Let's see, IoT now. So this is another IoT company. I think this is one of their competitors. So again, I'm gonna plug this into Ahrefs. Gonna screenshot this and paste it over here. Okay, this is too big a company, so I'm just gonna ignore this because it won't be that relevant. Just because the gap is too far apart, right? Their company is just brand new and we're pitching up against like what, IBM? Crazy. All right, let's see. Okay, so basically now we have to just plug in their website. And I would expect there will be no traffic. Yep, because theirs is a new website. But again, I just want to show them the comparison because if I tell them, I don't want them to believe my words, right? I always prefer to show something that is concrete, right? Data is more visual and more believable as compared to, you know, just listen to whatever I say, right? So that's that. So yeah, so basically that's a website quality audit done for a very small website. I didn't know their website is going to be so small. So usually what we do in this phase is we'll try to identify the foundations of every single website. Think of it this way, think of it as you're building your own house or a physical shop, okay? Every single time when you build a house or you're building up your own shop, you want to look at the foundations first. You want to make sure that the floors are nicely, the cement on the floor, it's nicely laid out. You have the tiles, you have good strong walls, you have windows in place. So basically the foundations of the entire house. So that is essentially this phase. After you have cleared out or after you have sorted everything out with the foundations, then you can move on to deciding your on page, okay? In this case, think of it like now you're rearranging every single room, okay? You want to decide which room is for what purposes. You want this room to be for, I don't know, your dining area, this room to be your bedroom, this room to be the toilet, how your layout of your house will be like. So this is kind of like your on page where you're kind of deciding for every single page that you have, what intent is it, what kind of traffic do you want, is it a services page, is it informational, is it a, you know, resources and stuff like that. So once you've done with that, then you can move on to the next phase, which is creating these pages, okay? And in a sense, once you've laid out how your house will exactly look like, you will want to then go on and decide which furnitures to buy, basically creating that room, okay? And when it comes to the website, basically creating that page, that specific page for your website. Once you've done with that, now you've gotten your store set up, everything is nice, good to go. Now you're ready to go out and promote your, you know, your shop or your house, you know, for invite people for housewarming and stuff like that, right? So that is kind of how, so that relates back to off page where you're going out and you're promoting your site, you're gaining backlinks, you're building backlinks, building authoritative, credible backlinks. And that's how the how SEO works in a nutshell, right? Because essentially your website is your digital house. Yeah, so that is all for this audit, and later on I'll be sharing this with the business owner. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please share with your friends. save it, give me a thumbs up, help the channel to grow one subscriber at a time. I'll try my best to upload every single day because I'm on this schedule that I have, and I want to bring as much value to you guys as possible, teach you how to grow your brand with SEO. So until next time, before I say bye, I'm gonna look for my stop recording button, but I don't see it anywhere. Okay, so this is just gonna be okay, yeah. So until the next video, I'll see you soon. Take care, peace out, bye bye.